Well, welcome back, fellow YouTubers and toy train buffs, to another installment of the Edge of Town Rejuvenation Project. Today is Monday, the 25th of May, 2020, and it is Memorial Day. So this year's Memorial Day tribute is not as grandiose or detailed as some of the other ones I've done, and I've been busy. Home projects, projects out here in the cave, and so I just didn't have a lot of time to set things up. But I did do a couple things, and so today we'll show you some of those things. In light of the fact that today is Memorial Day, I thought I'd tell you a couple interesting things about myself and my family. Those of you out there who know me through Facebook and Yahoo and whatnot know that I'm retired Air Force, 24 years, Master Sergeant E7, and come from a family of people who served. I'm currently a GS civilian at Nellis Air Force Base, and I make time for my hobbies. But here's an interesting tidbit. My dad was born in 1900. Yep, I came late in his life, having been born in 53. My dad was born in 1900. In 1918, my dad was drafted for World War I. He got on a troop train, went somewhere in Texas. He couldn't remember where, but he went to a post somewhere in Texas for basic. And according to him, while they were down there, the armistice was signed, and a lot of them, or all of them, I don't know, were released. He spent the next couple of years riding the rails as a hobo before settling back home, back down in Milwaukee. And he traveled with a buddy of his, and they had some interesting. He had some interesting tales to tell about what it was like in the Old West in 1918. It was still pretty much a wild and woolly place back then. And perhaps in another video I can relate a story or two of those. My brother was a private in the Army and was killed in a Sherman tank at the Battle of Rittershofen, France, January 1945. I had uncles, an uncle who retired as a Army Master Sergeant. I was told that he was an editor at Stars and Stripes newspaper. Editor of what? I don't know. That's what I was told. The comic page? I have no clue. Then I had uncles, a bunch of uncles who were in the Army. One was a Russian interpreter. I had an uncle in the Coast Guard. One of my nephews served as Marine Presidential Guard under Reagan and Bush, and we have photos of him on Reagan's last day as he boarded Marine One, the helicopter. Then I have other nephews who served in Iraq. Another cousin who was in the Air Force as well. So we come from a family who served. So even though I'm retired Air Force, I have absolutely no problems with an Army train. Oh, heck, they don't make Air Force trains. Army gets all the glory. But, yeah, it is what it is. And I enjoy them. I can't put that down at all. I enjoy these trains. So, let's get started. We have, from Marx, new Marx, not the original Marx, this, here, let's do it this way. Put it back in there. Streamline steam type electrical train made by Marx Trains. What collectors call new Marx. It's the set number 10471 U.S. Army. It's a big train. There. Engine tender, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cars. Alright? It's a big train. Heavy train. That car right there weighs a ton. The tender weighs a ton. They put weights in it. So what do we got? What do we got? United States Army number 4361 040 engine. Number 4361T tender. Gondola with lettered USA Ordnance Department, number 4166. 6-inch 8-wheel. These are all 6-inch 8-wheel cars, by the way. United States Army Bureau of Ordnance boxcar, number 4161. Fuel oil tank car, number 4165. Marx Military Corps Mobile Barracks, number 4162. Let me roll these forward here. Okay. Then a flat car with a duck, D-U-K-W, all in caps. Repo duck, of course. A searchlight car. And a number 4167 U.S. Medical Unit bay window caboose type car. Well, for today's oh boy, that's easy for me to say, Memorial Day tribute. Like I said, it's not as grandiose as in years past when I used to set up big parades and whatnot. I just kind of didn't feel like doing that this year. However, here's the storyline. The local VFW rolled out their restored tank and brought it to the edge of town for the citizenry to enjoy. This is an original Marx tank from one of their many battleground sets, okay? And they sold them in header bags, and you name it. They just prolific, very prolific. All right. What else? What have we done on the edge of town? Well, about an hour ago, I repainted this front area here. I got tired of seeing all those nicks and scratches and white spots showing on, in the videos and photos and whatnot. So I painted it yet again. I'll bet you I've painted this thing maybe 6 or 8 times in the 20 or so years that this layout has been in existence. And that's okay. Eventually, this thing is probably going to be replaced anyway as I start adding a control board and whatnot. That's all in the works, should I have the good fortune of living long enough to do that. I'm going to roll my thing out of the way here. Okay. When I started redoing this layout, it was a foredone conclusion that there was going to be a hill here. There's a hill here. It's glued down. Needs carving, scenicking, all that kind of stuff. But that's a start. Then what else? Oh, check this out. Let's see here. I'm going to get on the floor and get underneath the layout. Let's see if you can see this. Dooby-dooby-doo. Can you see that? That is a light hub from Woodland Scenics, Just Plug series of products. Right here is the cord that leads to the cabin on top of the layout. This in turn is connected, well, the wires go to a power supply. Alright. Try to keep things out of the way. I know it's a little hard to see, sorry about that. And as things progress on the layout, I'll make the wires a tad bit neater. But anyway, that hub that you see there, that light hub, can hook up 4 lights to it. You can also hook up expansion hubs, so you can have an unlimited amount of lights on your layout from that system. They're all LEDs. And the nice thing about it, I'm going to reach under the layout. There are 4 control knobs that you can turn And I'm turning it slowly now. There you go. Did you see that? There we go. Coolness. Kind of don't need that during the day. However, I like it. It is dimmable. Now, if you will excuse me for a second, squeeze me. I am going to fiddle around with one of these buildings. I should have done this before I started filming, but I didn't. I'm a bad boy. Alright. I'm going to turn on another light here. There we go. I'm going to see something here. I'm sorry, it's taking me a little effort to do this, but you'll see what I'm talking about in just a quick second or two. All right, here we go. Here's the other thing. If you remember from previous videos, there was a Miller High Life beer sign here. I swapped it out for a Pabst. Why did I do that? I like Pabst. When I was still in Milwaukee, back home, I kind of preferred Pabst over Miller, even though I lived close to Miller Brewery. But here's another reason. Miller Engineering, the company that makes these signs, also makes a rooftop sign in Pabst, and that's what I wanted. I wanted a rooftop sign as well as a window sign. All right. The other thing is, I'm really stoked about, and look at that. I don't know. Let's see if I can. Can you read that? Ed's Pub Tavern. I had that custom made. There is a seller on eBay, Mike Cedro. His eBay seller ID is mcedro, C-E-D-R-O. He specializes in Plasticville parts and upgrade and super detail kits and whatnot. And he has these lit signs that he custom makes. I haven't yet. Obviously, you see the wires there. This is just hanging up on the roof because there's more work to be done in this building before I hook that sign up and make it a permanent fixture. But there you have it. I said before I was going to turn this corner men's clothing store into a tavern. And there you have it. Ed's Pub. Awesome. Alrighty. And so, that's what's been happening on the edge of town. Without further ado, my favorite saying, without further ado, let's see how this train runs. No problems at all going through that problematic switch. Well, okay. We'll run one more lap. We'll bring her on home. Well, that's it for another installment of the Edge of Town Layout Rejuvenation Project for Memorial Day, the 25th of May, 2020. Hope you enjoyed this video. And until next time, tschüss, adieu, auf Wiedersehen. Bye, y'all.